Welcome to another knot tying demonstration from animatedknots.com. This video teaches you how to tie the alpine butterfly loop. Wrap the rope around your hand so that at the end of turn 1 the rope is positioned close to your fingertips. Continue around so that the next turn finishes close to your wrist. Pick up the turn near your fingertips and pass it up under the other 2 turns. Slide the knot off your hand and tighten by pulling on the loop and both ends. This video teaches you how to tie the anchor hitch. Pass the tail twice around the post or through the anchor ring, but keep the second turn slack. Pass the tail over the standing end and then up through the original slack turn to tie the first half hitch. Continue around the standing end and tie the second half hitch to complete the knot. This video teaches you how to tie the bowline. Form a small loop in the rope, leaving a long enough tail to make the bowline that you need. Pass the tail of the rope through the loop as though making an overhand knot. Continue around the standing end and then pass the tail back through the small loop to complete the knot. This video teaches you how to tie the bowline on a bight. In the middle of a piece of rope, form a bight. Make a loop with the bight and pass the end of the bight through it. Open up the bight and bring it down and around the entire knot until it finishes up encircling both standing ends. Finally pull it tight to complete the knot. This video teaches you how to tie the carrick bend. With one rope, the blue one here, form a loop with the tail under the standing end. Pass the other rope, the red one, under the blue loop, over the blue standing end, and then under the blue tail. Continue across the blue loop, passing under the red rope. Then pull both standing ends to tighten the knot. This video teaches you how to tie the clove hitch using the end of the rope. Pass the end of the rope around the pole, continue across the standing end and around the pole a second time, thread the end under itself and pull tight to form the clove hitch. This video teaches you how to tie the figure-8 knot. With the tail, make a loop in the end of the rope. Then continue around the rope before passing the tail down through the loop to complete the figure-8 knot. This video teaches you how to tie the hunter's bend. Form a bight in each rope and interlock the 2 bights. Pass each tail end over itself. Then thread one rope above the other, across the middle under both ropes, and then above itself. Repeat the same with the other rope. Finally, pull tight to complete the bend. This video teaches you how to tie a midshipman's hitch, sometimes referred to as a taut line hitch. The version shown here is tied appropriately using Ashley version 2 of the rolling hitch, the version most suited for making a secure knot around rope. Pass the tail end around the standing end and then pass it around a second time. It is critical that this second turn is tucked up beside the first turn and pulled tight. This maneuver locks the rope and forms an awning hitch, which can take the load temporarily and allow the final step to be completed easily without tension. Continue around the standing end in the same direction and tie a half hitch to complete the midshipman's hitch. As an alternative, the final half hitch can be completed in the reverse direction. This makes a so-called adjustable hitch. Although it is supposedly less prone to twisting, it is harder to dress this knot and to tighten it. Regrettably, many scouting handbooks Use Ashley version 1 of the rolling hitch. The first 2 turns are just wrapped with no lock, i.e. no awning hitch is formed to take the load. When completed, it creates a rolling hitch which looks like this, the version better suited for tying around a pole. This video shows how to tie the overhand knot, the simplest knot of all. Make a loop in the end of the rope. Next, tuck the tail end through the loop. Pull the end to tighten the knot. It can be used as a simple stopper knot and to prevent a rope's end from fraying. This video teaches you how to tie the double overhand knot. Form a loop in the rope and pass the end through it. Pass the end through the loop again and tighten the knot. The double overhand makes a secure stopper knot. This video teaches you how to tie the prusik knot. Use a piece of cord formed into a loop. Pass the knot around the rope 3 times inside the loop. Make sure the turns lie neatly beside each other and pull the knot tight. This video shows how to tie the slip knot. It makes a temporary stopper knot and is quite often used to start knitting, although the simple noose is better. Form a loop near the end of the rope. Make a bite in the tail and tuck this bite through the loop. When tightened, the slip knot functions as a stopper knot. Pull the tail to release the knot and allow the rope to run free. This video shows how to tie the square knot, or reef knot, and some other related knots. First pass one end over and around the other. In this case the red end passes over then under the blue. Then repeat the process. Again the red end passes over and under the blue. Tighten to make a neat symmetrical knot. Because it is not very secure, it is quite common to add an extra half knot. The surgeon's knot has an extra turn in the first half knot to reduce slipping. The granny knot results when the second half knot is tied the wrong way and is even less satisfactory than the square knot. Finally, the thief knot has the 2 ends lying on opposite sides of the knot. Supposedly sailors tied their kit with it so that they would recognize tampering. This seems unlikely because it pulls undone under the smallest load and is much harder to tie. This video teaches you how to tie a stevedore stopper knot. This larger stopper knot may have been named for its use on the larger sheaves used by stevedores, or perhaps because it was first described in the pamphlet published by the C.W. Hunt Company, the manufacturers of the stevedore brand of rope. Form a bite in the end of the rope. Pass the tail end across the standing end and continue wrapping around both strands to make 2 complete turns. Then pass the end down through the bite and tighten the turns. Finally pull on the standing end to shrink the bite to grip the tail end. The result is a knot intermediate in size between a figure-8 stopper and an Ashley stopper knot. This video teaches you how to tie the trucker's hitch. Form a bite in the standing end and use it to tie a directional figure-8 knot. Pass the tail end around the hook below and back up through the loop of the directional figure-8. Pull it tight using the 3-to-1 purchase that this arrangement provides. Finally complete the knot with 2 half hitches below the loop. This video teaches you how to tie an eye-splice. Measure enough rope for 5 tucks and place a piece of twine or tape around the rope. For this demonstration only 4 tucks will be shown. Arrange the strands and pass the center one under the closest strand in the standing end. Pass the lower one under the lower strand in the standing end. Pass the upper one under the upper strand in the standing end. Repeat this process for the second set of tucks, then for the third set, and finally for the fourth. Then remove the tape. This video teaches you how to join 3-stranded ropes using a short splice. For demonstration purposes, Only 3 sets of tucks are made each side. However, for modern ropes, 5 sets of tucks is a minimum. Measure the length required for the 5 complete tucks, about 3 diameters per set of tucks, and tape the rope. Unravel the strands of the rope and push the ends into each other and tape the middle. Make the first complete set of tucks using an over and under sequence, and then make another set in the same way. Repeat this process using the strands on the other end. Remove the tapes, tighten the splice, and complete the remaining tucks. For more information about this knot and many others, and to learn about our mobile apps, please visit animatedknots.com.